So, Harry, this is Lord Potato. And this is what if Asta met his true self? So, yeah, I put that in the title, so that was what I uploaded. This is part 2 of it. You're probably wondering, wait, didn't you just upload part 1 like a while ago? Yes, I was having to do it in a very rushed time. So, of course, I wanted to do it at least for like 50 minutes, but I had to go somewhere. Mostly to appoint one of my siblings to a school that there's a good chance they won't get in, but you know what? At least it's a try. Yeah. But not the point. Okay, I should also mention that I was actually calling, what's it called? I also realized that something. I don't know why I made what's it called, the opposite of Asta's, like, hollow self or white Asta or whatever, eyes purple, even though the hollows usually have yellow. And because for some reason in my head saying opposite color from the opposite user. Because I thought Ichigo had blue eyes. For some reason I thought in my head he had blue eyes. No, I'm thinking Naruto for some reason. I thought of a fusion between Naruto and Ichigo for some reason at that time. So, I'm not going to change it. I'm going to just say, screw it. That, yes, the opposite of, mostly his true other self has purple eyes, while Asta has green eyes. When they fuse, they have purple and green eyes. So, yeah, it's kind of like a fusion. Like, they met each other, fused. Now, Asta has the power of a Soul Reaper and Hollow. And if you understand that, Ichigo also has a third fucking bloodline, and that is not human. That is basically Quincy. Is Asta gonna be a Quincy? Yes. Not the point. Not the damn point, but let me just go into this what if. So, let me just go into where I last left it off, but yeah. So, we go into Asta. Asta, who just left. Of course, you know what's about to scream Asta to try to grab him back, to ask him questions that he doesn't understand, because he doesn't understand how Asta is here. How is he here? Why is he here? Well, he knows why he's here, but what happened to him? Why did he just look older and way bigger? But yeah, Asta leaves. He goes with, towards Yami. Yami saying, "God damn it, Brad! What the hell did I just tell you? I told you not to run off. What you do is disappear in us." Asta says, "Yeah, sorry about that, Yami." That's right, Yami say, "I wish you were shorter so I can grab your head." Actually, I still can. Asta dodges it pretty easily, saying, Fenrir was the one to tell me to kind of go out there and save people so he can get the credit to kind of say, "Yes, I saved you, girls." That's what Yami says, Fenrir. Fenrir says, "Wait, no, he's lying." Fucking hell, Asta. Asta says, "Well, that's interesting." That's where, they're next to Williams, and of course, Williams, they make the tree, and of course, he says that was easier than I thought. That's where Williams was about to get attacked by, that one dude with smoke, until Asta says, "Oh, interesting, he's attacking. Hey, Fenrir, make a portal and kind of send him somewhere else." Fenrir says, "Huh? I can't just..." He made a portal. And where the guy kind of got sent was just further away. That's where the guy was like confused. Like, huh? God damn it, I jumped into the portal guy. Well, at least I escaped. Whatever. Runaway time! He runs away, but yeah. Of course, this is where, Asta says, "So we going back to the hideout or something?" Yami says, "Yeah, whatever." This is where he looks at Williams and just not talks, mostly walks away into the portal. But yeah, Asta goes in first because Yami did not trust Asta for a second. Charmy goes in second. This is where, Yami goes in third and Fenrir just go in. And this is where the portal disappears. This is where, Williams kind of narrowed his eyes. This is where, the boy that had kind of like whitish grayish hair is kind of taller than the last time he saw him. But yeah, of course, they were, they never really met, but Lich has met Asta. That's where, Asta is like, back at the, let me say it again. Back at the hideout, and they did kind of have a festival of like celebrating and all that, like partying. But of course, the next day happens, and of course, is where, they're still looking for the magic stones. And this is where, Vanessa then thinks about it. Remembers that the Queen of Witches does have a magic stone. This is where she goes alone And this is where, well, everyone else was confused where she went. Yami said that she probably went to the, witch hideout, the witch's land or whatever, to kind of go get the magical stone by herself or something. That's where Yami says, Asta, Noelle, and Finro. Finro says, why me? Because you're going. Now shut up. Try to get into the witch's land without getting caught. And save Vanessa from her stupidity, okay? Asta says, sure. This is where, well, Noelle says, yes, I got them where I'm going. This is where Luck and Magna says, what about us? You guys are idiots. Go do a dungeon or something. Ghost is just doing whatever, and this is where Gray and Gordon was there, but yeah, they're like dozing off or doing something. But yeah. This is where Asta says, okay. Who actually know about this? The witches, Witchland. This is where, well, Noelle and Finro thinks about it, and they say, wait, Fanzel. Because his wife is somewhat like a witch. This is where Asta says, we should go there. This is where they go, like make a portal. And of course, this is where they appear at Fanzel's house. And this is where Asta says, okay, knock at the door. This is where Asta does like go first to just knock at the door. And who opens it is Will Fanzel with no clothes. Like somehow his clothes got ripped off when he opened the door. Asta, who just sees a Fanzel, and Fanzel says, yo, what can I do for you, stranger? Asta says, bro, how the hell did you lose your clothes while opening the door? This is where Danza drop kicks Fanzel into the wall and says, ignore him about that. This is where, well, Donna was confused who this person is, who's actually taller like me and 5'7", and of course having white hair but having greenish and purplish eyes. But yeah, this is where, well, Donna says, who are you? This is where, well, Noelle and Finro says, hey, Donna. This is where Donna says, oh, hey, Noelle, Finro, and I'm guessing he's new to the Black Bulls. This is where, well, Finro says, no, you know him already. Mariana just comes through and says, what is happening? Who the hell is he? This is where Asta says, everyone really forgot about me. Damn. I'm only knocked out for a couple of seconds. I woke up. Everyone forgot about me. Damn, that's sad. This is where, well, Noelle says, that's Asta. Yeah, that's Asta, Finro says. This is where Donna and Mariana widen their eyes and even Fanzel saying, huh? You're Asta? There's no way in hell that short kid can actually... This is where Asta gets annoyed and says, you know what, I'm gonna kill you. This is where, well, Asta was about to pull out his, well, Zanpakuto, just kill Fanzel. And Fanzel says, wait. Still, how the hell did you become tall? And way more lean and stronger? Instead of looking like a stump log. This is where Asta says, you know, I should really kill you now. This is where, well, Fanzel says, well, then again, your anti-magic swords are quite annoying. They can easily cut my, well, wind blade swords, but I don't want you to do that. So please don't do that. This is where Noelle and Finro kind of just notice this. Asa hasn't actually been using the anti-swords. Instead, he just pulls out this giant sword that looks like a knife most of the time, but of course then transform it into a black blade. This is where Asta says, huh? Oh, that, I forgot. This is where Asta, he pulls out the anti-magic sword and can still hold it pretty well. No what's called mana or anything that's being the sword from Asta. Because Asta still has no mana. What he has is Ryotsu, spiritual pressure. Yes, he has that. He unlocked it after meeting his true self. But yeah. This is where, well, Asta says, meh, okay. That's where they talk for a little bit because they got in. Of course, Asta's sitting next to Mariana. Mariana is sitting next to Asta. And that's where Mariana keeps looking at Asta, just narrowing her eyes, kind of like every time she looks forward, she kind of then looks at Asta. And Asta notices and says, what are you looking at me for? That's where Mariana says, I'm not looking at you for anything. Asta says, okay. So, we're here for, what's it called? A way to get into, well, the witch lands. Just to save, well, Vanessa. This is where, well, Donna thinks about it and says, I think I have a way to get in. This is where, well, they're like, okay, is there a way in? Yeah, I have a way in. These invisible cloaks, I only made 2, so we're gonna have to share. And the boys go in the broom and the girls go in this broom, okay? This is where, well, they are okay, and this is where Asta says, why can't I just fly through and still kind of not be detected? But they says, because you have to use a broom with you having no mana, and also you have to not be discovered, because witches will still be able to discover you. Asta says, okay. That's a word. Well, Asta still wasn't actually gonna kind of conclude that he can able to fly without magic, but yeah, because Soul Reapers can't fly, but yeah. That's a word. Well, they kind of go on the broom the same like original canon. Of course, also a little more taller. And of course, is where, well, they're kind of like flying. Of course, is where Fanzel still somehow screws this up and kind of like makes the invisible cloak and even his clothes disappear. This is where they're all dodging the attacks from the golem. So yeah, the girl says, "God damn it!" But yeah, this is where, well, Asta noticed that multiple of them are actually getting attacked. And this is where Asta says, damn, this is quite annoying. This is where, well, Asta was about to start using Getsuka Tencho. But of course, before he does this, Finroy, on the other hand, says, hey, wanna go out? Wanna go out? And this is where Asta is quite getting annoyed. This is where Asta decides to jump off the broom and just say, Soul Reaper. He goes into Soul Reaper mode and starts flying. This is where, well, multiple golems are trying to attack Asta, but Asta is managing to fly through them and cut them down so easily. Asta is just cutting them down every single time. That's where the girls and the other two dudes, like Finro and Fanzel, manage to get towards the witch hideout. And of course, Vanessa's there, and this is where, well, Vanessa's down on the ground. This is where they say, Vanessa! So where, well, the Queen Witch says, so interesting. Well, you won't be able to stop me. This is where Asta, he like smashes one of the golems down to the ground, and they're like saying, wait, Asta? Wait, you're not on the broom. How did you? This is where, well, Finro realized that Asta can fly half the damn time, and he realized that he forgot about it. Asta says, Vanessa, get your car, Tenso! Sends a very powerful blue wave of like power straight to the Queen of Witches. The Queen of Witches tries to block it, but of course it gets like, it just shatters through her defense, and right now she was about to get hit. She realized that that shit is not gonna be able to be blocked, and of course she smashes to the wall. This is where Asta says, Vanessa, are you okay? This is where Asta's just shaking her up and down. This is where she realized that she's about to vomit. And this is where she slapped the shit out of Asta, saying, stop fucking shaking me. Asta says, oh, you're fine. Oh, that hurt like hell. Still, you're fine. This is where, well, and Asta says, oh, you bastards. What the hell are you all doing here? Well, Yami was worried about you for being an idiot. This is where, well, Vanessa says, I'm not an idiot. I was just getting this magical stone that she has on her. This is where, well, the Queen Witches get up and says, you little insolent brat. Asta says, oh yeah? Guess what, I'm not that I'm 5'7". Now fuck off, bitch. This is where, well, Vanessa says, Asta, you can't just be able, wait, did you do damage to her? This is where the Queen Witches, she is actually bleeding from like the near of her waist, and this is where she says, you insolent brat. That's where Vanessa widened her eyes to even see Asta was able to do damage. Asta says, like hell I'm gonna let you hurt Vanessa or anyone. This is where everyone is still widening their eyes how powerful Asta really is. And this is where, well, he's still in, well, using his Sanpak, so he's not even Bankai yet. He's able to hurt this, well, the Queen Witches so easily. This is where the Queen Witches say, this is where she hears explosions and looks outside and sees that the Eye of the Midnight is attacking, and also the Diamond Mages. That's where Asta says, oh shit, they're attacking? So we should do this. This is where Asta disappears in a blink of eye, and everyone's confused. Asta takes the magic stone that was near the Queen of Witches kind of ear, just take it out, just pluck it out, and then just disappear. Saying, we got the magic stone, Finro, make a portal, and let's get out of here. And this is where everyone widened their eyes how powerful Asta really is. His speed and power is just incredible right now. This is where, well, the Queen of Witches says, wait, this is where she's still kind of bleeding, and her mana, who was trying to make that defense pretty strong enough, got shattered, so of course, she's kind of low on mana a little bit. She says, I need your help, please. This is where Vanessa, she still, like, has a kind heart a little bit, and this is where, well, she says, Asta, wait, Finro, wait. Let's just help them. That's where Asta says, the hell? Why the hell should I help them when they try to kill you? That's where Vanessa says, because she just need help. Can't you just help her? Fine, whatever. Finro, check the magic stone. If you lose it, I'm killing you. That's what Finro says. Wait, why? Whatever, bye. Asta just launches off the, well, what's it called? Like the place and all that. It starts flying up. That's where multiple, what's it called? Well, magic knights from the Eye of the Midnight and, well, Diamond Spade, what's it called? Not Spade. Diamond magic knights are also attacking. Asta's right now flying through the air, slashing multiple people down, saying, get off my way, bitch, fuck off. Kicks one in the face, then just keeps flying around. He's easily defeating the Diamond Mages and also, well, the Eye of the Midnight. That's where one of the Eye of the Midnight is still kind of grabbing multiple girls and saying, you girls would be good fucking... That's where... Sorry. Just right now... Something went down the wrong pipe. That's where he says, you girls will definitely be all... This is where before he even gets to say anything else, he gets a giant slash at the back and he falls down. Yeah, also cuts him down with his Zanpakuto and starts kind of flying more around, cutting people more down. And this is where he kind of faces Fauna, the Eye of the Midnight of, well, hatred. It's where she says, human, 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 die! She sends a very powerful fireball from the salamander, and also says, get you go, Tangsha! This is where the slash and, well, the fireball collides, but of course the slash manages to rip through the fireball and hits the salamander. That's where Fauna winded her eyes. This is where they kind of fought them. That's where Asta says, okay, I'll deal with them later, but I've got to deal with the Diamond Mages. This is where before Asta gets to the Diamond Mages, found Cell and, well, Mariana and Donna says that we would deal with them. That's where Asta says, whatever, I'll deal with this. This is where Asta flies down, and of course Mariana's still shocked to even see Asta's able to just fly around. And Fanzel was pretty shocked. But of course Asta's using no magic. This is where Asta lands down to the ground and sees, well, Fauna. Fauna says, you disgusting humans, I will kill you, I will kill you, I will kill you, I will kill you, I will kill you. Asta says, no thanks. Instead, I have to stop you now. Asta's rushing towards, well, Fauna until a fire around them started heating up, and Asta was actually being burnt. This is where he says, holy shit, he is quite annoying. Asta jumps away, and this is where, well, he's thinking, what should I do? I know what to do. That's where, well, he uses his Ryotsu to actually make a shield around him. He's basically using his spiritual pressure to kind of make a shield from the flames. That's where Asta starts walking towards, well, Fauna. And Fauna saying, die, die, why are you dying? Asta says, because I can feel the hatred of your soul. I can help you. That's where Fauna says, no you can't. Asta hits her like on the head with the back of the blade. And of course this is where, well, mostly the handle. And of course this is where a symbol appears. And this is where, well, something appears. The elf soul, the elf soul actually like kind of appears and says, thank you for saving me. This is where, well, she disappears. And of course this is where, well, Fauna, the real one, wakes up and says, what just happened? Huh? What just happened? That's where Asta says, oh, you're fine. That's where, well, she looks at Asta and says, who are you? Please don't kill me. That's where Asta says, I'm not trying to kill you, but okay. That's where Fauna says, then what is happening? Well, considering that you had a possess of an evil elf or a hatred elf, mostly a hatred spirit, you're back here, but you're fine. That's where, well, she says, really? Yeah. Thank you. Asta says, sure, you're welcome. That's where, well, what's it called? Vanessa, Noelle, and even Finro got here, and this is where Finro says, whoa, she's smoking hot. This is where, well, she's confused, and this is where Asta says, just ignore him. This is where, well, Finro says, hey, Asta, you mind, like, moving out of the way? I'm trying to. This is where Asta says, oh my gosh, shut up, Finro. Finro saying, come on, let me see that view. This is where both Vanessa and Noelle kind of punch him in the face, knocking him out. But yeah, mostly Vanessa kind of backhanded Finro on the head just to knock him out. So where, well, Vanessa says, what happened? She was only contained by an evil spirit, so I managed to free her. This is where, well, possessed mostly, but this is where, well, not contained, possessed. This is where, well, Vanessa nodded and says, "Oh, okay." That's where both what's it called? Well, Fanso and even Mars were trying to get away from Lotorus or whatever his goddamn name. Lotorus, whatever. He starts flying towards him and saying, "Where do you think you two are actually?" And that's what Asta saying. Getsuka Tensho! He sends another Getsuka Tensho at, well, Lotorus. And Lotorus tries to absorb it, but instead gets cut. This is where he falls down. This is where, well, Asta flies up and says, "You two okay?" This is where they say, "Yeah." What the hell? This is where Mars says, "Wait, you're Asta." This is where Fanzel says, "Huh? How the hell can you tell?" Well, the only grayish hair, green eyes freak that I ever know is Asta, but, well, that guy. But how you taller? Asta says, "Because I can't." Fuck off. This is where, well, Asta's personality is a little bit mixed because he's with his true self. So, of course, his true self had, like, the opposite emotions, so, like, hatred and other things. And getting anger most of the time. It's not like his, what's it called, himself had anger, but it didn't have the full, like, anger capable. This is where, well, Asta's more angry and can easily piss off. Thanks to his true self, since he is the fusion of both sides. This is where, well, Asta says, "Well, whatever." Asta kind of just looks around and says, "So, we done here?" And so where, well, Mars looks down and says, "Fauna." He kind of gets down and, of course, just, like, sits next to her and hugs her. This is where Fauna says, "Mars, you're here." This is where Asta says, "Adorable, but I don't really care." So, what just happened? This is where, well, Fenzo says, "You are really too damn strong for your own good." Yeah. Haven't even shown you my true form, but okay, don't worry about it. This is where Fanzo says, "What do you mean?" This is where the guy appears saying, "I won't die." He rushes towards, well, Mars and, well, Fauna and says, "I will kill both of you." This is where, well, Asta appears saying, "No, you don't." Triple slash. This is where Asta disappears and reappears behind, well, the person. This is where 3 slashes appear, and this is where he is actually knocked the fuck out. Now, these 3 slashes were so powerful with spiritual pressure on them that, well, the person gets knocked the fuck out and gone. This is where, well, Asta says, "Well, that was easy." That was really easy. So, what's next? This is where, well, someone appears with this dark aura. This is where, well, both Asta and everyone else kind of felt it. And this person had kind of, well, he was from the Diamond Kingdom. And of course, this person looks to be an underling mage, but really it wasn't. Instead, it was actually a Spade Kingdom, well, spy. This is where, well, this person transformed into a devil and says, "You think you people will be enough to defeat me?" He's able to use mineral release. This is where, well, they look at this devil, and of course, also say, "The hell are you, you ugly bastard?" This is where the Queen wishes wide her eyes. Something sadistic has just appeared, a devil. This is where the devil says, "Well, it wouldn't matter. I should kill you all now and take the Queen of Witches." What a pathetic sigh. This is where he rushes at all of them. Asta says, "Oh, no, you don't." Also rushes at him, flying at speed. Right now, clashing with this person because this person created 2 dark mineral swords. And right now, clashing with Asta. Asta's blocking the slashes, clashing with him in midair, but yeah. This is where Asta says, "Great, this guy's strong." This is where, well, Asta's getting kind of cuts left and right in his arm and mostly around his, like, body because these slashes are going really fast. Asta cannot keep up with his long sword. This is where, well, the person says, "You're going to die." "You're just going to die, you weakling. I will kill you, then I'll kill everyone here." That's where Asta says, "You are really starting to piss me off." Asta kind of uses spiritual pressures to blast him away from him. This is where, well, the devil gets pushed away and kind of almost smashes into a tree. This is where Marjana and also what's it called, Donna were kind of like looking around. This is where Donna managed to make golems to kind of defeat the diamond and spade mages that were still around. This is where Mariana kind of runs towards, well, Fantel's at and sees the devil. The devil kind of in front of her and Asta, who's right now in the sky. This is where the devil says, "I will kill you. What's it called? Mineral style. Mineral spikes of hell." This is where 4 mineral spikes appear and they're long and they're rushing towards Asta. Asta, who puts his sword right in front of himself and says, "Well, It's where Asta says, Bankai Zugetsu. A spiritual power just exploded around him, and of course, Asta looks completely different now. Most of his clothing. His sword also looks completely different. It's now black. So where Asta looks at him now with narrow eyes. This is where Mariana, with her eyes, this power. It did explode from Asta, but of course now Asta seems to be more powerful than, well, the one that she just saw with that long, well, knife sword. Now Asta's really holding a black katana. This is where the devil kind of knows Asta says, "What the hell are you? You remind me way too much of those things that devils kind of fear. We devils know a little bit about your species. Now that I think about it, you remind me way too much of a Soul Reaper." Asta says, "So you know about them? Well, too bad for you. You won't know about them much longer." This is where the devil says, "Haha, you think you can actually defeat me? The Diamond Spike's about to hit you, Black Diamond Spike." This is where Asta cuts him down and appears right in front of the devil and just slashes at him once, and of course the devil gets slashed once. This is where the devil winds his eyes because he actually got hurt from that. This is where the devil jumped away and says, You insolent human spirit, whatever the hell you are, I won't die from you." This is where, well, he rushes at Asta and right now starts sending multiple mineral attacks and starts trying to hit Asta. Asta's dodging this pretty fast. He's right now using Flash Step, and one of the mineral spikes was actually about to hit Mariana until Asta appears and grabbed her and jumped out of the way. That's where Asta is right now at some location around the trees and says, "Here, you stay here." Mariana says, "Asta? Wait, Asta!" This is where Asta disappears. Asta then reappears behind the devil, slashing him again, and the devil says, "I'm going to kill ya!" That's where Asta says, "Sure you are." That's where, well, Asta's dodging the attacks, and of course he's right now just speed blitzing this man. This is where, well, the devil says, "I'm going to end your prophetic existence life." This is where, well, he makes a kind of mineral, a black mineral spike, well, what's it called, sword. It's a great big sword, and of course he's holding it in one hand, and this one on one hand, two hands, and swings it at Asta. Asta, who sees the sword, right now blocks it with his bankai, and kind of just slides with the sword, kind of just like, the sword is kind of like hitting him, but of course this is where like sparks are happening, and Asta's kind of just like trying to navigate the giant great sword to kind of like hit up instead of to the side where Asta was going to be. This is where, well, the great big sword does go up. This is where Asta says, "Kitsuka Taisha!" This is where he did a very powerful, well, Getsuga Tensho right into the devil, slashing him like horizontal. But of course, this is where the heart was right there in the heart, mostly in the chest. It was kind of near the chest, and of course, Asta managed to hit the devil heart, and this is where, well, the devil winds his eyes and says, "No, I can't die." He disappears, but yeah, Asta says, "Well, I want to say you will rest in peace. Go burn in hell where you belong, you bastard." This is where, well, Asta, like, he is kind of bleeding from his arm still, but yeah, that's what Asta says. Still, that doesn't matter. He kind of goes back towards the others, and of course, well, he's still in his Bankai kind of form and all that. He can't really stay in Bankai for too long because he hasn't trained it that well to actually stay in it. He can only stay for 5 minutes and defeated that, well, creature in only a matter of 1 minute. But yeah, it's where the Queen of Witches kind of gets outside and says, "Thank you for your service." Now, this is where Asta appears saying, "Oh, hell no, you bitch." This is where Asta punches her in the face, knocking her out. This is where Asta already realized that what she was going to do. This is where the Queen of Witches managed to get back up and says, "So you knew what I was going to do, tried to control all of you." That's it. Blood Graveyard. Everyone gets captured, and that's where Asta starts kind of like cutting through. And of course starts slashing at, well, all the attacks that are actually coming towards him. This is where Asta, he's saying, "Damn it, I'm gonna lose." This is where multiple blood, string actually appear, kind of stabbing upon him. And this is where the Queen of Witches says, "Now you're going to be under my control." This is where, well, Asta, who is right now just under this girl's control mostly, or mostly the Queen of Witches, because Asta's kind of losing his power. It's now been 4 minutes. He's been cutting there for 3 minutes entirely. I swear, well, both Noelle, Vanessa, everyone else screams, Asta! I swear, Asta is now in this kind of like blood binding and all that. And so the Queen of Witches says, huh, you might be powerful, but you're not that powerful. You look like you're losing power. Could be that you only have a special time of minutes before you lose power. That's where Asta, who's right now looks like his eyes aren't showing. And of course, this is where Asta's like face cracks into a grin. And of course, one of his eyes becomes black shot. And this is where the pupil becomes purple. And this is where, well, white stuff started appearing on Asta's face. Right now, laughing. You think I really care? You stupid bitch. This is where it's now white Asta who's actually appearing. This is where he says, I won't let you take this body at all. This is where he uses the Bankai. It cuts through it so easily. This is where, well, the power of the Bankai has actually increased now. But Asta now still has 1 minute left. This is where, well, what's it called? Well, it's Zangetsu, but it's white still, but yeah. Because he's hollow and other things, but yeah. This is where he's laughing. Of course, this is where he cuts through the bubble and appears about to like slash at, well, the Queen of Witches. This is where Vanessa doesn't want her mother to still die, but still doesn't want Asta to kill her. So of course she activates the red string of thread of fate, and of course when the like cat managed to touch Asta and stop Asta from actually cutting her, it looked like Asta cut her entirely, but Asta was right next to her instead. That's when the Queen of Witches tried to attack Asta, and then the red fate kind of appeared, touching the Queen of Witches and making her spell kind of like disappear, like fail. That's where, well, she is confused and then sees the red cat of fate. That's where, well, the white Asta doesn't really care what the hell is happening, mostly hollow Asta. It's where Asta says, then die, bitch. This is where, well, Asta was actually putting what's called, well, Getsuka potential, what's it called, flow of power on the sword, and was about to like swing it down until, well, the red cat managed to stop Asta, and Asta missed the attack, and it just went through multiple trees and just cut through a lot of things. Asta says, huh? What the hell are you doing? That's where Asta was about to do something until Asta says, damn it, why? Stop. Get in my way. I'm strong enough. I will let you hurt anyone. That's where Asta breaks the mask, because Asta still hasn't actually figured out how to control Holofy, mostly. He might be a fusion of, well, white, but still Holofy is a little bit tricky for him to actually control. So of course he breaks off the mask, and of course Asta passes out, but yeah. That's where Finro kind of like helps him out, but yeah. This is where Finro and Fanto kind of did that, but yeah. That's where they, well, Asta wakes up, but of course he is healed by the Queen of Witches, and of course Asta kind of did put in a jar bottle, the little blood thing, but yeah. So I can heal, well, Koha and even what's it called, Kito. So yeah. Kito and Kohara, or something like that. And of course, well, the Queen of Witches says, yes, you can take the magical stone. But yeah, this is where, well, they are all leaving. Of course, well, before Vanessa gets to leave, the Queen of Witches says, I'm so happy that you became so strong. Such a strong woman you are now, Vanessa. That's where Vanessa leaves, but yeah. So what, well, we go into, well, them kind of celebrating because, yeah, still, and of course, where, well, Yami still gives the magic stone to Julius, but yeah, the next day happens, and of course, it's a kind of celebration, whatever. So we fast forward into, well, the celebration, of course, is where Asta is with, well, Noelle, and of course, is where instead of Asta being thrown around, he mostly walks around and kind of meets Yami, and of course, he does help Yami in getting kind of food sales and all that. That's where Asta kind of didn't really threaten people. I mean, he mostly kind of charmed them into kind of like eating the not jellyfish, the squid, the rainbow squid. Of course, where, well, the fight between Yami and, well, Jack still wasn't going to happen until Asta dodges actually a time binding, because Asta noticed the speed and Asta just uses flash step to actually disappear from, what, Julius. Julius was kind of shocked, but right now he couldn't actually ask Asta any questions because, well, he needed to attend the whole thing, but yeah. Asta and Noelle kind of go back after, well, Jack and Yami calming down, but yeah. This is where, well, Asta kind of like talks to Noelle and what she wanted to do. Noelle just wanted to kind of play like games, any type of game. This is where, well, Asta kind of, kind of went around just kind of getting gifts and all that and prices. But yeah. This is where, well, they meet with the other Black Bulls. And of course, this is where, well, the other Black Bull says, oh, you two are about to start dating, aren't they? Of course, this is where, well, Noah's face becomes red. Asta's face becomes a little pinkish and then says, no. That's where Noah says, no, we're just friends. That's where they say, uh-huh, sure, we believe you. Mostly Vanessa was kind of drunken, but yeah. And also Fenrir says, damn. But yeah, that's where Magna and Lucky say, sure, yeah, we believe you. Asta, who seems not to really care that much, but yeah. That's where, well, we go into, well, the kind of like numbers of the different people that are in the squads. Julius announced that the first place is the Golden Dawn, and the rookie of, well, the Golden Dawn. This is where next it is, well, the Black Bulls, and of course is where the second place is Black Bulls, and of course is where, well, the rookie is where is he? This is where Asta's kind of like eating and drinking a little bit with the other Black Bulls, and this is where they say, hey Asta, you should go up there. Asta says, why should I? And Noah says, yeah, Asta, if you don't get up there, I'm going to take the spot. Then do it. Asta said. This is where Noah says, no. This is where, well, Asta says, I want to go do it anyway. I'm too tired. This is where Fernando says, I got an idea. Guys, get him. This is where Asta says, this is where he gets thrown into a portal. And of course, Asta managed to land on his feet. And Asta says, why you? This is where a portal disappears. And of course, Asta says, you little fuck. Finra, if I get there, I'm going to fucking kill you. This is where, well, in front of him is now, well, is looking at him. Asta says, what are you looking at, says, hey, Asta. This is where, well, everyone is kind of looking at both and Asta, and so many girls having hearts in their eyes right now looking at Asta, but yeah. But of course, with that happening, a bunch of them are looking at and Asta. This is where, well, Julius explains that these two are, well, the kind of rookies of both of their squads. This is where, well, Haha guy still, because I don't remember his goddamn name. I just remember Haha or whatever. This is where, well, he says that they are both commoners and one of them don't have magic. This is where, well, people are kind of questioning now. Some of the girls aren't really questioning because they, well, Asta and still look good. This is where, well, says, hey, Belle. Belle says, got it. This is where she kind of helps kind of make a very powerful wind arrow and send it straight towards Asta. Asta sees this and goes into his soul reaper form, and just instead of like using his sword to smack it away, he uses his hand to slap that shit away. He just goes, pa. Of course, his hand is all like fucked up and like scars and scratches on all that by just like the wind, because he just smacked it away with his hand, not his sword. And of course, why in his eyes. He thought that Asta would use his anti-magic sword, or his other sword that he just noticed. That kind of long knife sword. And of course, what's it called? Like, Julius and everyone else was shocked that Asta just slapped that shit away with just his hand. Asta did add, spiritual pressure, mostly Ryotsu, into his hand to kind of reinforce it. But of course, he still had cuts and all that. That's right, Asta says, interesting, he definitely became stronger. Now it's time for mine. Asta pulls out his sword and says, Getsuga Tensho! Sent it straight down, a slash. And of course, the very powerful Getsuga Tensho was about to hit Of course, and Pale Magic dodge is where the slash cuts through the ground and cuts more buildings than ever it could be. And just like, yeah. After that, it just crashes into a building and blows it up. Asta says, you're supposed to attack it with your own attack. I thought you were gonna block it with your hand. Just like how I block yours with my hand. Say you're fucking crazy? Asta says to one who's fucking insane half the time. So say, I thought you were gonna use your sword. Well, I thought we were just playing what's it called? Which of our attacks are more deadlier enough to block it with your hand? This is where says, you're fucking insane, Asta. You can say that, but then again, you should have blocked it. You could have easily blocked it. Hell no, I'm not blocking that. This is what Asta says, why not? Because if I can remember right, that attack just can't rip through anything and cut through anything. Fuck that, Asta. You're fucking insane. That's what Asta says the one who's right now sending wind attacks straight at me. This is where they are both arguing, and of course this is where a bunch of people are winding their eyes, seeing how powerful Asta and is. Especially Asta. Asta can just like send a very powerful slash attack at, well, anyone and cut them into half. If Asta wishes so. But yeah. Asta says, fine. How about this? I use a more powerful attack and you block it. Yuno says, I'm not doing that. Asta says, fine. Be that way, you fucking bastard. This is where Julius is kind of chuckling and saying, can you two please calm down? This is where, well, both Yuno and Asta looks away and say, sure. This is where, well, Julius says, so if anyone wants to disagree, you can come up here and fight them. This is where everyone is like saying, hell nah. But yeah, this is where, well, Asta sighs and just says, well, are we going now? This is where the Clover King appears, and this is where Asta says, fuck this shit. He's walking down the stairs, and this is where the Clover King says, I will execute you. Asta says, do it then, bitch. Asta flipped him off and didn't give a shit. Yeah, Asta's personality kind of did change a lot. This is where the Clover King managed to be calmed down by Julius. But yeah, this is where, you know, he's kind of walking, well, not next to Asta, just behind Asta and says, you know, that was stupid of you to do. Asta says, so what? Guess what? Can he really defeat a sword attack that will slash him to nothing but fucking bits? No? If you can't do it, then why the fuck should I listen to anyone else? That's where Yuno says, still, Asta, look at me. Asta says, well, he kind of like looks behind and sees, Yuno says, still, somehow I'm still bigger than you. Because you're 5 stairs up against me. Asta is still in his sword reaper form. Decides to fly up and go stand in front of Yuno. That's where Yuno and Asta starts kind of flying up. That's where Asta says, Yuno, you're really pissing me off. That's where Yuno says, you too. That's where, well, Belle is looking at Asta and even Yuno. You can see that kind of smiling but creepy mostly. They're getting angry at each other. Of course, this is where they hear a punch knocking someone out. And this is where they go towards it. Of course, this is where Asta stops flying up, mostly levitating. And of course, kind of sees Leon getting his ass beat. This is where Yuno is saying, interesting. This is where, well, Mariana sees both of them and tries to use her, like, lava pause claw at them. This is where Asta cuts it down and walks away. This is where Yuno tries to, was shocked to even see it getting cut. But of course, he still gets captured. He says, damn it. This is where Belle tries to say, hey, you can't do that. This is where Mariana kind of sees how Asta's powerful. Asta flash step before she can even use her fire paw. She was confused and shocked how fast Asta is. Of course, this is where, well, we go into Asta kind of like going with the Black Wolves, and of course still drinking, but yeah, not really caring that much. This is where, well, they are kind of just saying, so we gonna go somewhere? Well, I don't know, where's the captain anyway? Both Noelle and Asta were tasked to go find the captain, but yeah, Yami is laughing at everyone, and of course, this is where when the bar kind of becomes quiet, Maria appears saying, hey there, Yami and Char, you're coming with me. This is where Asta says, hey, what's it called, Yami, are you here? This is where Yami says, Asta, run! This is where Asta says, got it. Flash steps, appears right in front of Yami, cuts down the, what's called fire paw, and of course says, let's go! This is where Yami says, thank God, run! This is where they start running. This is where both Mariana says, why you too? This is where, well, Noelle says, what is happening? She gets a paw of fire on her and says, damn it! This is where, well, Asta says, damn it, Noelle. This is where Yami says, we gotta go! Screw that! This is where Asta says, no, it's fine. Asta appears. This is where he was about to cut the thing until fire appears, and this is where Asta notices. This is where he dodges it so fast. This is where he managed to grab Noelle's hand and cut the fire paw, mostly the fire, paw another, and he, grabs her and kind of, puts her, near his chest. This is where he jumps away, and of course, he kind of lands on his feet. This is where Mariana says, you're really annoying me, brat. Still able to cut things, and how fast are you anyway? Don't know, don't care, well, we're leaving. This is where, well, Asta flies up and says, see ya. This is where Asta is still kind of holding on to Noelle. Noelle is right now blushing. Blushing. Mostly her face is nothing but just pure red. This is where, well, they get to Yami. Yami says, where is Finro? Finro's up ahead. This is where, well, Asta managed to sense his presence thanks to his key. And this is where, well, Yami says, got it. Finro, make a portal. This is where Finro says, huh? All of you, get the fuck inside. This is where Finro makes the portal. And this is where everyone starts kind of going in. And this is where, well, Lucky Magnet says, wait, why? Don't care! A murderous crazy lady is chasing after us! This is where Asta lands on the ground, and of course Yami is going in. And this is where, well, they hear a like charge at them, breaking through buildings. Right now, Mariona. This is where she says, "Get over here, Yami! Asta in the well." This is where, well, you know, what's it called? You know, Mimosa was also behind there. What's called Leon, Soy, and even, well, Shara was behind and all that. This is where, well, they were kind of just being dragged along. This is where Klaus is also dragged along. This is where, well, I was like, shit, she won't give up. No, what, can you get over here? Or go back to the Black Wolves and all that? This is where Yami says, what are you doing, Asta? There's only one thing to do. Bunkai. This is where he explodes with energy and gets into his form effect and says, Getsuga Tensho! Right now, sends a red slash straight towards all of them. And this is where, well, everyone widen their eyes, and this is where, well, Mariana tries to use her fire ability to block it, but gets cut in half. And this is where she realizes that she has to jump. This is where she jumps and sees Asta, and Asta says, damn, well, gotta run in. This is where Asta says, fuck this shit, she's fucking insane. She gets, well, she almost gets to Asta, but Asta manages to escape. She only get a part of the clothing, says, Black Boss! This is where Asta says, holy shit, she's fucking insane. Fucking running towards it like fucking straight head on. What the hell? This is where Yami says, fucking insane. No one else says, she's gonna kill us. This is where, well, you know what's why in his eyes. Asta went into a form that he didn't even know what it was. No one knew what it was, but it was a powerful slash attack that cut through a lot of things, and Julius managed to stop it thanks to his time ability. He managed to stop it. He's like, what the hell? What the hell is this now? Whatever, I gotta put it somewhere. He throws it somewhere, and of course, it just slashes through a lot of things, even on top of a mountain. That's why Asta says, well, I'm going to sleep. Asta kind of gets out of his like soul performance, just get out of here. He just said, I'm going to sleep. Good night. This is where, well, he always says, yeah, good idea. Time to go to sleep. This is where, well, everyone's saying, what just happened? This is where no one's like, nothing happened scary. This is where, in the middle of the night, someone appears, smashing through the Black Bull hideout. Right now with fear in her eyes. Right now rage in her eyes. There's people behind her, but they're all right now stuck to her by her kind of fire paws, making sure they don't get away from her. That's where Yuno says, ah, shit. This is where, well, Yami gets out and saying, who the? Mariana! Holy shit! Everyone evacuate! This is where he gets a fire paw in his head. This is where everyone gets evacuated and everyone's saying, shit, shit, shit. This is where Asta's kind of like running down and saying, what's wrong? Yeah, this is where he dodges a fucking fire paw. He manages to dodge it, still in his human form and not in his Sori form. He says, what the hell? Seriously, this bitch doesn't give up? This is where Mariana said, what did you call me? A nice female? This is where Mariana says, die then. This is where Asta dodges again and starts rushing straight towards, what's it called, Yami? Yami says, it's a trap! This is where Asta says, sorry, bro. This is where, well, Asta jumps up and flies and right now cuts the fire paw. And this is where, well, he was about to like cut the others, but then he says, nah, she probably not. This is where Yuna says, Asta, fucking cut me out of here. Asta says, do it yourself. You know, you're 4-leaf clover. You got this. This is where Asta cuts out, Mimosa and even Klaus, and Klaus says, huh? Oh, sweet. This is where they try to run away, but this is where Mariana says, I'm going to burn all of you. This is where, well, she managed to make so many fire paws, and of course, like, kind of went through everyone in the Black Bull hideout, and managed to capture them after a while. Asta couldn't keep up with enough of this shit, so of course he got out of Soul Reaper mode and kind of passed out. But yeah, he overused it mostly. Or mostly not overused it, overdid it, but yeah. That's where, well, they get to the, well, what's it called, the volcano place. And of course, it's also there with the Fire Crimson Lions there. That's where Leon says, sorry about bringing all of you here. That's where Asta, who's quite annoyed, because he just wanted to sleep. And of course, he heard about the Royal Magic Night and still doesn't give a shit that much. It's going to start in 1 week and Asta just doesn't care. That's where, well, everyone is there. Just everyone in the Black Bull hideout. That's where they say, God damn it. This bitch is crazy. Ghost says, I'm gonna kill her for fucking destroying all my marine figurines. This is where, well, Guardian go whisper, 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 whisper. Guardian saying, I don't want anyone to look at me, no. This is where, well, Vanessa says, I still have a good time with alcohol. Yeah. That's where Finn says, holy shit, she would have murdered us. She is hot though. She's going to murder us. That's where, well, everyone is kind of freaking out. This where us is just is tired. Right now, he overdid it in his soul, what's it called? Soul Reaper form. That's where, well, everyone is starting to go there. Of course, everyone started putting mana skin on them. Even Magna and Luck managed to put, what's it called? Magna. Mana skin on them. Of course, everyone started going through. Even the whale managed to put mana skin. That's what I was also saying. God damn it, I don't even have any mana. Why am I here anyway? That's where Mariana says, if you don't want to be here, then leave. Asta says, fine with me. Asta starts walking away. This Mariana realizes that Asta seems to give two shits left. That's where she says, get over here. Asta says, no, you told me I get to leave. I'm out of here. That's where everyone sees that Asta seems to just care less. But yeah, that's where Mariana kind of grumbles. But yeah, that's where he sees Yuno using, mana skin, and of course managed to get up and all. That's where Asta says, maybe I should destroy his dreams. See, actually, would this be a good time to actually train on Holified? That's where, well, he kind of goes into a mindscape and talks to White Asta. White Asta kind of thinks about it and says, it should be a good time to kind of train in Holified. Just don't lose control. Asta says, got it. Should probably not be able to lose control right now. Asta is right now concentrating. Instead of feeling the Holified form because he's still trying to look for it, he felt the anti-magic sword as she appears right in front of him. This is where, well, he decides to feel the flow of it instead to see maybe or wait for what's called this anti-magic sword to give him a form that will make him fly up, and it does give him a form. He goes into, well, the Black Asta, mostly Devil Transformation one. That's why he says, huh? Interesting. This is interesting. That's why Asta can actually control it instead of like going straight for large, well, mana sources. Asta just starts flying up and speeding straight towards Yuno. And that's why Asta says, oh, Yuno. Yuno looks behind him and sees Asta right now flying past him so fast. That's why Asta managed to stop at, well, they're kind of near the water springs. That's why Asta says, well, that was easier than I thought. He gets out of his form and says, that was easier than I really thought. That's where everyone winds their eyes. See how fast Asta got in. And it wasn't even his Soul Reaper form that Asta got up there. It was thanks to the anti-magic sword. That's why Asta says, maybe I should really train in both anti-magic and Soul Reaper. And also definitely Holify. Now whatever, I need to relax. So of course, they go into the water spring, and of course Asta's relaxing. That's where Magna and even Yuno, well, mostly Magna saying, I'm gonna burn up this place. Yeah! Asta's sleeping. Everyone else that's kind of just fucking around, both Magna and Luck are fucking around. It's where, well, the girls' side contains of Vanessa Gray and Noelle, and of course they're just like saying, it must be the boys doing something stupid. So where Asta's asleep. Ghosh is right now looking at a picture of Marie, saying, Marie, if only you were here with your big brother in this hot spring. This is where Asta says, dude, you're being creepy as hell. Can you shut up for a second? Ghosh says, I'll kill you. That's where Asta says, do it and I'll murder you first. That's where they're getting, well, tick marks in their head, but yeah. That's where Gordon is whisper, creeping the shit out of, well, all of the Red Crimson Alliance, but yeah. That's where, well, Asta's asleep. But yeah, the next day kind of happens, and of course, Asta decides to go take that 1 week training skip, but yeah. We go after 1 week, and we go into, well, what's called the kind of like, exam. Asta didn't really want to be in the exam, but then again, he wanted to kind of be in it a little bit. Just a little bit. He just wants to destroy Yuno's dreams, mostly. Because, well, not really destroy his dreams, just try to push him a little bit further. He doesn't know how far he can push Yuno. Well, he wants to do it anyway. So, of course, Asta shows up looking like this, on top of one of the pillars, mostly. So, Asta shows up when he gets to, like, the kingdom and all that, and gets to that one place and all that, before everyone gets to teleport away. Zora is kind of, like, right now laughing at what Julie said, everyone else, and saying, well, it's going to be quite interesting. That's where, well, someone appears also on top. Of course, well, not, well, yeah, on top. And of course, well, this person has the, well, Soul Reaper sword, having a brown coat, and yes, it's like Ichigo's. And of course, well, he's wearing a bunch of bandages around, but yeah. And yes, he has that one bandage on his, like, well, his face. And of course, he's wearing Asta's face. Interesting. Very interesting. All of you would actually lose to me. That's why so many of them are winding their eyes how powerful, well, this aura around Asta is. It's just Rialto. And Asta is letting out a little bit so people can feel it. That's where Asta jumps down and kind of lands right next to, well, Noelle and Mimosa. That's where Asta says, interesting. That's where Julia says, oh, hello there, Asta. Thank you for joining us. That's where sees Asta's power around him. This aura, this overwhelming power around Asta, just pushing anyone away from him. But yeah, this is where, well, everyone is winding their eyes on how powerful Asta is. But yeah, this is where, well, we go into, well, the kind of tournament and all that. And of course, Team A contains Zora, Mimosa, and Asta. But yeah, this is where every other team is contained the same. But yeah, of course, this is where, well, everyone is like saying, yeah, we're gonna win. This is where the first team happens because Team B is going on first. And this is where, well, they go, and of course, Asta is like standing there. This is where Mimosa is also standing there, kind of like seeing where the other team is at. This is where she does plant creation, and this is where she teeth. They're coming. Multiple attacks. This is where, well, a fusion attack was about to hit the crystal until Asta blocks it pretty easily with just hand. His hand just caught it. He just catches it. This is where Asta throws it away and says, interesting. This is where the guy who's actually from the Pink Flamingo, why his eyes says, holy shit, he's dangerous. Mimosa, can you direct me in where they're at? Mimosa says, right in front of you. Why? Get to Ka. Tensho. He sends a very powerful slash, and of course, it rips through the crystal and knocks both of the other people out. But yeah, that's where Asta really wasn't trying to cut them down, mostly just knock the fuck and destroy the crystal. This is where the next match is the same, and yeah, almost all the matches are the same. This is where, well, Magna is going against Asta next match. This is where Magna says, I'm gonna show you that I became stronger, Asta. Asta says, sure you did. Asta smirks at, well, Magna saying, This is where, well, that guy that's always about beauty saying, I cannot, well, I want to tell you that you are ugly, but then again, I can't feel your mana, so I guess your ugly is your mana, not your face. Your face looks decent, I guess, but it's not beautiful as mine. That's where Mimosa says, I hope you die. That's where Asta says, yeah, I hope you die also, from probably the heart attack of, well, the fact of his beauty or whatever bullshit. Mimosa says, really, you agree with that? I thought you would say, no, it's better not for him to die or something. You would kind of scream out loud. Asta says, personality changed a little bit, but yeah. That's where Mimosa says, okay. That's where I was sleeping, but yeah. That's where Asta says, so what is he, this is where a giant, like, flower place kind of appears, but yeah. That's where I also realized, quite annoying. But that doesn't actually annoy me that much. He then activates the anti-magic sword and sends a very powerful well, from his sword, he kind of like puts out the Demon Slayer and kind of puts it on also with the what's it called, Soul Reaper sword, the Zanpakuto. He says, Getsuka Tensho, anti-style. This is where he sends a very powerful slash. Of course, this time the blue slash of the Getsuka Tensho, because it's not Bankai, and having some red on it, some red and black for the anti-magic, and crackling with lightning, cuts through all the magic that was there. This is where it blows off the, well, cherry blossom tree, but yeah, whatever. The kind of leaves, but yeah. But of course, Asta is kind of fighting against, well, that. This is where, well, Asta says, I'll deal with him. This is where Asta starts flying up in the air, and of course, Zoe and Magna starts attacking him. Magna sends fireball attacks, but he managed to actually unlock something new. Fireball Phoenix balls attack. This is where they transform into Phoenix and start trying to hit Asta. Asta cuts it all down, and of course, still using his Demon Slayer, and of course, he appears right in front of the guy, and smashes the sword in front of him, and then Asta just cuts the crystal, being done. This is where everyone is still shocked at how powerful Asta really is, but yeah. This is where, well, I'm going to leave it off here because I need to go do something, and in a little bit, I might have to go to school, but yeah, so, of course, I'm going to end it off here for part 2. Part 3 will be whenever, but yeah. Other than that, have a nice potato day, potato night, potato seed, potato, and potato. Good night.